Welcome, I'm Bev Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing products from Stampin' Up! I have the free detailed directions for this project on my website. You'll see where to find all of that at the end of this video, so don't worry about taking notes. It's time to put stamps, ink, and paper together. I am using two products from the Sale-a-Bration brochure. I'm using Awesome Otters, so very cute. I saw this guy and thought of goldfish crackers right away. And the otters go really nicely with this Sale-a-Bration paper. This is 6x6, simply marvelous designer series paper. You get these different colors with the same design on it, this kind of a swirly marble color. And then this, it almost looks like parchment paper to me. And I'm using this that is in Bumblebee. I'm also using the 3x3 acetate card boxes, and these are actually 3 1/8 inch square. I am using just really a scrap of Bumblebee and a scrap of basic black cardstock. When I need a small piece, I just grab my small layers that are 4 1/4 by 2 3/4, which should be ample. I'm using watercolor pencils. This one comes with the white, and I'm just using the tiniest little bit of that. Don't buy these just for this. If you have a white gel pen, or you can just skip that part altogether. I'm using Versamark ink and the black emboss powder. I'm still using my old black Stampin' Emboss powder. This now comes in a set. Let me see if I can find it here. The Basics embossing powder comes in black, clear, and white. I'm using these two ribbons, the Bumblebee gingham and the black and white gingham ribbon, and the heart punch pack. And I'm also using some new Stampin' Blends. Now, I got these early because I'm a demonstrator, and demonstrators get to buy these early. I got this bundle of Stampin' Blends that come, they're basically skin tone that is a variety of colors. These will be available to customers starting February 1st. If you can't wait, I think you can also use the light pumpkin pie and the light soft suede for our purposes. I am coloring on the Boy, there's this bright light. I am coloring on the Bumblebee cardstock, and so here's the light pumpkin pie and soft suede as they are on basic white, and here they are on the Bumblebee cardstock. The new skin tones don't have really words for them. This is the 700 and the 500, and so you could use the pumpkin pie and soft suede if you needed to. And I got the goldfish crackers. I'm not sure if I'll have enough for a second treat box. You get quite a few in this 3x3 box. So the boxes are food safe, and the first thing you want to do is assemble it. And it's got all these creases. I found if you fold these in just a little bit, they will stay better when you close the box, because they kind of lock into the flaps. So it's probably easiest to go ahead and fill the box with your goldfish crackers at this point. Oh yeah, perfect. So one of those small boxes makes 2 treats. The next thing we want to do is put on our designer series paper. On my sample, I cut it to 1 1/4, and I used a 6-inch strip and a 3-inch strip, and they don't really meet at the corners here on the back. I thought that was a better use of the Designer Series paper. That way I can get 2 boxes with that 6-inch strip. So the first thing I'm going to do is wrap this around the middle. This is the front of the box, the one without the flap. And I'm going to finger press. So I just kind of want to get as much of a corner as I can get there. And then take it off and use my bone folder to get a better crease there. When I do that, I want to make sure that this is straight. So when you go to put this on, if you use the 3-inch piece, you see it's not going to go to the end. If you do want it to go all the way to the end, you can go ahead and put the adhesive on this side. So it's basically the flap side of the crease. And you can put that on and wrap around and make sure that this matches on the back side. There you go, so you don't have any ends sticking out. And then go ahead and trim this. And it will be very hard to see those seams. Then go ahead and stack your ribbons. And I'm putting my black on the bottom. I'm just tying a knot, so I need a little bit of an end to tie my knot. And I'm leaving just a little bit of the black underneath showing. And the knot should be all the way to the side. Using my third hand, because I always do for my knots. And then I'm turning it so that the black will be showing on my knots. I'm trimming it pretty short, and I'm doing just a little bit longer on the bumblebee. Very cute. Okay, the next I'm going to do is my stamping. And I am using the Versamark, and I don't think I mentioned the heat tool. And you also want a scrap of paper if you're like me and want to dust it on just the desktop. Some people keep their embossing powders in a plastic sandwich tub that seals tightly, and if you'd like to do that, that's a good idea. So I'm stamping "You Are Otterly Awesome." I'm going to be punching this out. So I want to stamp this at an angle and maybe, I don't know, pretty close to 2 inches up. And you want to be about 1/4 of an inch from the side. And then I'm stamping my otter way over on this side. And then I will dust it. I find the embossing powder lasts a very long time. You do want to flick any extra off that if you can, and all of this goes back in the tub. Then you're going to heat emboss it, and this is noisy. The powder goes from a matte powder to a shiny black. And once the heat tool heats up, it goes really pretty fast. You do want to hold it up to the light to make sure it is shiny. I'll punch out my Otterly Awesome. And I want it up in the corner as far as I can get it. And then I'll be cutting this one out, fussy cutting, but I want to color it first. So again, I'm using the 500 and the 700 new Stampin' Blends. And I'm using the bullet tip. I'm using the lighter color to color his belly and his chin. The Stampin' Blends blend very nicely, and I'm not really blending two colors together, although I could. I just want to get a smooth color on here. And so the Stampin' Blends do that very nicely too. I don't want to color the fish at all. I've tried this several different ways. My first one I colored on the white, but it was kind of, it's so much easier though to, when it goes to cutting it out, to leave a little bit of a border around, and I didn't like the white border. So I do like the bumblebee border. Okay, so this is without using the white, and if you use just a little bit of white on the eyes, I think they pop a lot more. Or again, you could use a gel pen. You just really need a dot. So there's my cute otter. And I'll cut him out. And again, I leave a little bit of a border. So that just takes a second. With the scalloped heart punch, I'm going to punch out the black. And I'll go ahead and adhere the heart to the black. I am gluing it flat. You could certainly pop up this layer with dimensionals if you'd like. I am popping it up with dimensionals here. And I am using the mini dimensionals. I want to put them above and below this ribbon. So I'm putting 2 on the top and 1 on the bottom. I think I'm moving the ribbon down just a little bit, and there you go. I'm putting my otter on with dimensionals, and I just kind of want to see, so I don't want any dimensionals on the very edge here. And that's it. Pretty quick and easy. Pretty awesome. I think it'll make a great everyday treat for my grandkids, but I think you could also give these out to all of your grown-up friends for Valentine's Day. Here is the web address for this project, where you'll find the free directions and links for the products I used. You can click individual products or the Add All to the cart. You will be able to remove products you don't need or add more products. I have lots of resources on my website. Most of them are free. It's easy to miss some of those resources or to get lost exploring. Let me take you on a quick tour. Just under the banner image are 6 links. Under Shop, you'll find links to the products from Bev, shopping strategies, my frequent shopping points, and a sampling from the clearance rack. Under Inspiration, you can link to scroll all of my projects since 2011. The products may be retired, but you may be inspired by a layout, color combination, or a technique. I have the basics, where I've written about stamps, ink and paper, cutting, adhesives, and my favorite tools. You'll find a link to Techie Tips and an easy link back to my latest post. Click on Getting Organized, and you'll find some of my resources for stamp case slips, product labels, large labels for designer series paper, and more. Case inserts for dies, embellishments, and anything I think might fit in a stamp case, including ink refills. You'll also find color tools and charts, a practically free stamp pad storage solution, tabs and a quick reference for the annual catalog, and plans for toolkits. I have a video of my craft wall and more. Click on Evernote Current Products and you can learn how to share my notebook. This notebook has a note for every current product from Stampin' Up! It allows you to search by color, image, product type, word, phrase, or event, and more. I include French, German, and Dutch names and numbers when available, and the prices for all the markets. Evernote synchronizes on your phone, tablet, and or your desktop or laptop computer, so you can look through the Stampin' Up! Catalog from anywhere, anytime. You can copy my notes for the products you own so you can find just what you're looking for. When products retire, I move them to the Retired Products Notebook, which I also share, and I host a notebook for Paper Pumpkin. Click on Sip Together and then Let's Stamp to come stamp with me or join my Sip Together team. There's also a link to learn a bit about me. The sitemap will help you navigate all these links from one page. And there are quick links along the side of my page. Shop Now takes you to my online store at Stampin' Up! You'll see the current host code. It would be a great help to me if you use that if you are ordering less than $150. You can click on the current catalogs to page through them online. And I've got a link to a color lab to get color combinations. And then there are my links to my 5 most recent posts. Thank you very much for stopping by and hope to see you soon.